Well, hello there. Controversy is happening on YouTube. A kindness controversy. Person is kind and that's controversial. I mean, here's what's going on, alright? YouTuber finally disclosed how rich he is. And then he doesn't want more money. Alright, at some point, money is just responsibility. It doesn't actually give you anything. It doesn't give you good feelings. And worst of all, if you give money to someone, guess what they're gonna do? They will enslave you with that money of like, you want $5? You have to work 1 hour, edit my videos. Thank you. Thank you. You gave me $5. You want your $5 back? you want your $5 back, boy? This is what happens when you give money to someone. They will enslave you, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hey guys, who wants to be a slave for $5 right now? Who wants it? With a raise of hands. There's going to be hands rising across the world. Maybe half of the people will be like, yeah, I will slave for you for an hour. What do I have to do? I'll take the $5. Easy, right? There's going to be a lot of people who want those $5, and they will slave. But they will not be happier because they slave. They just want the $5 because it represents freedom of ability to do cool shit in life, right? It opens you up to buy an ice cream, to buy a Binchulin, like, whoa! Technically, this should go to K-pop drama. Right now, I'm like covering K-pop drama. But instead, I'm actually going to conclude this Skibidi drama, the thing that I'm pretty much like, I own this, guys. I own this controversy. I predicted this, that this would happen because, again, a person who's a big YouTuber doesn't give a fuck about like putting up nice thumbnails. He doesn't care about his quality of content. Doesn't even hire editors necessarily. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, I'm gonna go after this guy. He's just a face on internet. Like, people recognize his face. That's the thumbnail. And I'm like, I'm gonna go after him, and it worked. It is the biggest controversy that I dug out on my channel. Literally the biggest controversy, guys. I was on point. Who watches this guy? I was on point. It triggered people, and that is the truth. Eventually I have beaten this video with this. This went evergreen, and is just a compilation of Mr. Beast style videos, basically. There's another YouTuber who makes that sort of stuff. But this is the biggest controversy, and holy shit. We finally have a conclusion of Skibidi drama, isn't it? So what is Skibidi drama? Well, you have to understand that internet is a bunch of sewers. It's a sewer system, is a bunch of pile of shit. You go watch internet videos, they're not going to benefit you very much, but you just need to spend time. You just need to take a dump, right? So you sit down on a toilet and it's like, okay, show me internet videos. Show me Mr. Beast giving money to some random stranger. But sometimes you get familiar with the internet content and a face comes out of the internet asking for more attention. Hey, I am a face. You know me. Mr. Beast is like the most recognizable face, and he puts his face on a thumbnail every fucking thumbnail because that's the fucking point. The simplest way of understanding Skibidi drama is we shifted into Mr. Beastified world where Mr. Beast has to put his face on a thumbnail every single time. There's no escape. He will never not put his face on a thumbnail. Alright? And this is called Give Me Attention, I Am Mr. Beast. This is the Skibidi drama, the core. Did PewDiePie do that? Let's find out. I don't even know. He probably did it like 50% of the time, not all the time. There's no way, right? Maybe he's now being Skibidi, but was he in the past? When it fucking mattered? Technically, you would not recognize this to be PewDiePie. You would barely recognize this? That's not PewDiePie, guys. So what is the rate of Skibidi that PewDiePie had to go through? I know he deformed his face at some point as well. Look at that. He put Mr. Beast face and he got twice as many views. Oh shit. That's a bad example. This one is interesting. Like, you would not know this is PewDiePie. You would not know that this is PewDiePie. And still, it's like, why is this on my feed, right? It's like, what? You would not know this is a PewDiePie video. PewDiePie was not maxing on YouTube and doing the Skibidi shit. Alright? But eventually, like, someone very popular did, and I had to recognize that this is the new meta. This is what's going on. But what happens if your face is not recognizable? Oh shit, you don't get millions and millions of dollars anymore. I guess you're too late. This is why my guy Penguin says that he's lucky. And he, in fact, is lucky to be one of the first faces to be recognized that come from the toilet, because if you know Skibidi drama, it gets exponentially more violent and intense, since people have to fight for your attention more and more. They have to fucking get bigger and crazier faces with greater toilets, basically, but it's still sewage. It still doesn't change your life for the better just because you watch internet videos, okay? It's still relatively brain rot. Even like something like Game Theory. Game Theory absolutely turned into brain rot in recent times. It's like the worst fucking channel that I don't want to touch because it's horror filled. But even something like Food Theory, it's still questionable. They still make questionable decisions. They still, toy with science. They can still make mistakes. They're not perfect. Science is not perfect. I constantly find people do stupid shit. So I'm like, Dead Mouse drama now. Let's catch the really bad ones. The really bad actors. The rats that come out of the toilets. Let's catch these guys. That's what I'm up to on YouTube. Another thing that I have to mention, I'm also a humble guy. Maybe I'm even more humble than Penguinz0 because I'm not chasing after the money, right? And it's pretty difficult to chase after the money when only controversies give you the viewership. I could easily split my videos into 3 pieces and they will get 10 times more views. And all of a sudden I have 3,000 subscribers and then I get paid for the first time ever. I'm still not getting paid for making YouTube. I'm intensely working for 2+ years. But just because I'm getting paid, it's going to be like a demotivating factor to do what I do. I'm investigating polygons in gaming. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here because I don't want to use it. I don't want to do any of this. I want to craft something better for the gaming world, because right now people are actually complaining of like, oh no, Borderfields, fucking, oh, it's Borderlands. So Borderlands 4 is like not running at full FPS. What do I do? And the creator of Borderlands is like, well, create your own engine. Make your own engine. And I'm like, yep, I'm doing exactly that. I'm trying to figure out how do we get rid of these polygons and render something more interesting and simple to understand. You might even see some cool graphics come out when I'm releasing my YouTube rewinds. I might patch something together that will like wow you a little bit, because damn, that shit is crazy. That shit can be extremely crazy. It's still gonna be like very weird basic stuff, but not like this. Like, but I'm just not sure what I can do anymore. I'm inventing a new rendering engine because people have been using polygons for way too fucking long, and it's just very difficult to use them in actuality, which is why only AAA companies can release good-looking games, pretty much. And when AAA company releases Pokemon, then everyone is like, wow, this looks ugly. I paid $60 for this. Unfortunately, people shouldn't feel entitled to, paying $60 and get a good game. They will get whatever is given to them. Unfortunately, there's no entitlement. In the world of capitalism, you will get scammed a lot. And especially if you want a specific thing like graphics, don't you want like the gameplay? I thought Pokemon was about the gameplay, so I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, guys. This is very recent controversy, guys. Overpriced disappointment. Not everyone will be able to keep up in capitalism and release the best product imaginable. Not everyone even wants to do that. They just want a job. They just want to work on something, get the money, and move on, which is what happened with Hytale. Another drama. Hytale took the money, every developer took the money, and just ran away. It's like, oh, I guess we can't finish it, actually. Just like, that's it. Game over, guys. Many people got paid, and that's it. That's the end of story. No game was actually even released, and people got paid. So a lot of incompetence is happening right now in AAA. There's so much more incompetence to talk about, like the Stop Killing Games movement is happening at the same time. And so going back to my point, I am making an engine. I'm trying to make an impact where we maybe be able to squeeze more competence because we will be able to like give something new to people that takes less effort to master. A new rendering engine that takes less time to wrap your head around and make better looking games on average. All right. And a lot of like indie developers going to jump on like 3D space, coding, all that shit. Like it's going to be so cool if I finish my project. So I'm absolutely locked in on something else than just maximizing my YouTube viewership. All right, and splitting my content and reading scripts basically to squeeze my content into like 20-minute chunks. And I would also potentially would have to make multiple channels because I can't possibly upload 5 videos a day. That would be crazy. So I have like a secondary channel which does show that if I did that, if I split my videos and talk about controversies mainly, I get views. And it's like, wow. It's still a nice little reminder that I could become a YouTuber anytime I feel like it. You know, when you maxing on something, you will become something. If you're not maxing, like Mr. Beast was like desperate to max himself out, and he had the best strategy in general to reinvest and max himself out more. Just continue maxing. He knows, all right? He knows to serve himself. I don't. I am actually nerfing myself. I'm restraining myself, and that is humbleness, that is kindness. I don't want to overwhelm people. I don't want to invade YouTube. I don't want fame because I understand fame comes in a cost, right? Maxing comes in a cost. So I just want to like naturally, gradually shed my imperfections and get there eventually. And I also understand that just the importance of posting on the internet, posting on social media, being a social person, existing. That's important. Women forgot how to exist sometimes. Maybe on Instagram, but like, come on, man. This is social media. I'm just doing social media stuff, guys. I'm, following the soul of YouTube. The thing that everyone wanted everyone else to do is just post whatever you feel like. Don't put too much effort. And don't fucking earn too much money either. Jesus Christ. There's no rules, there's no regulations of YouTube, there's no caps. It's the same fucking capitalism bullshit. Everyone can just win the monopoly and continue playing after getting monopoly, after screwing everyone over, after setting up the most disgusting loopholes, basically, and even potentially begging for money or selling overpriced cookies, bro. God knows. God only knows how many controversies have stacked over the years of people becoming way too rich with the dumbest fucking scams of all time. Even most YouTubers couldn't even see that one coming when they promoted honey. No, not this honey, the thing that you put on your browser, and that shit was stealing YouTuber promotions. It was a shit fest all the way through to this point, where there's just a glimpse of hope that people will actually talk about something ridiculously important of like, wow, a person who doesn't want more money because it doesn't actually benefit anyone else anymore, that he gets more money, it potentially destroys society. And the fucking gaslighting the world is just like, no, fuck me in the ass, daddy. Burn me, daddy. Enslave me, daddy. I want to give you money, daddy. Like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, it's like giving money to your dad. You should be asking money from your dad. Why is it the reverse is true, that you are slave to your dad and you give dad your money? What is going on? Why are people's brains backwards right now in today's society? Luckily for me, even though I didn't become a YouTuber, I still get support from the government, almighty government. I need life support, guys. I'm basically a non-existent creature who needs life support. So it would be nice to be a YouTuber. It would be nice to get rewards for something that I'm doing, or at least people recognize that I'm trying to innovate in a game rendering space and they would just like support me or whatever. But no, it's not that simple. Of like, where would you start getting support? And I'm like, shit, I need the social media thing to work, because that's the only place where I can even ask for support. That's where I can fucking build my name. And all these assholes actually obstruct the ability to earn anything at all, to build your identity, to be recognized for your achievements. Nobody fucking cares. They just stuck with the Skibidi faces and praising those faces. Like, it is crazy, dude, how the opposite is true, right? How I'm being bullied and these rich motherfuckers are actually being praised like gods that they are, apparently. And it's like, why is it so backwards? What is going on? You guys will never meet this person. You're not even getting any value from it. And I was just like, I had to go on to my own adventure of just skibidi harvesting. This video, despite 4,400 views, has 7 likes. Like, the like to dislike ratio is purgatory levels. I just wanted to express my opinion, and it's just like purgatory for you, poor man. You're not rich. We have to beat you up right now. You're on the same level as everyone else. And it's like, what the fuck? You haven't uploaded anything. You didn't say anything. And you're still better than me? Everyone in comment section is just better than me, apparently, still, to this day. They're just better. They're built different. Even though I have no idea who they are, or what they think in their heads, and whether they're smart or not. Most of the time, the slum of YouTube is filled with a bunch of fucking shit posters. They do absolutely nothing. They have no opinions whatsoever. And of course, I am better than them. And I'm definitely better than the rest of the commenters who uploaded absolutely nothing, who didn't use this social media at all, except to bully other people, to exist in the most meanest, dumbest way. So while I'm dealing with the fucking dark side of YouTube, this guy is trying his best not to be blinded by the light of millions of dollars he's receiving every fucking year. Bro is actually choking because he has common sense. He can realize whether something is too much or not for him, because it has real life consequences. This guy has to go outside and still feel like a millionaire, even though he just posted something on the fucking internet, looking at the camera, basically. It's not too fancy. It's nothing to be proud of, necessarily. It's very hard to catch up to that kind of level of ego of like, wow, I'm a millionaire now. It's very hard, especially if you actually lived poverty and you appreciated what poverty actually means. And that a lot of people are also in that situation. Wow, this is empathy right there, but it's just a fucking glimpse of empathy from one person, and it's making controversy because everyone's scared now of like, should I have empathy as well? Should I stop at some point from getting more and more and more money? Should I have limits? And it's like, if I am YouTube CEO with buttons, I will press the button that caps people from getting too much money. This would be mandatory. Oh, for fuck's sake, in every capitalism system, this must be mandatory. This is not a fucking act of kindness. This should be understood with common sense as mandatory. If you have too much money, and we will find you having too much money, we will find those people who have too much money, we will cap them very easily. If they get into controversy, whatever, we will fucking cap the shit out of them. It's over. No fucking way is this normal. But we have normalized this thing for too fucking long. And all these YouTubers who are actually making like original content and actually put up real thumbnails, not just their skibidi face. Because it's not about just this video, right? You can do like Captain Sparkles and put your skibidi face because you really want to talk to the audience. But this guy does the same thing over and over again. It's not even new. It's not even that fucking deep.
I was an extra.
Let me repeat that. This thumbnail is not special from any other thumbnail that he has because this is the thumbnail. And that's the only thumbnail he has most of the time, except when he puts a fucking image of something and stretches it out to make it a thumbnail. You know? And people still praise him because they want to rage bait the rest of the fucking world of like, oh, you don't actually have to put effort when it comes to YouTube videos. People will like you anyways. You just have to have common sense. And it's a beautiful message, but it can get too far, right? It can go a little bit too much of like, it's still a questionable thing of like, but why? Why do we have this guy? Why? What's going on? Why this guy in particular has to be the foundation? You know, like, that's why he's going to be like, I'm too lucky. Yes, I'm representing this careless little guy who just posts opinions and news and whatever. But damn, dude, his content is just so garbage, bro. It's so garbage. Not 100% of the time, but enough to make me feel disappointed on the internet and make me feel that it is just a fucking sewer system. Sewage, basically. Anyways, again, there's worse people now. He actually cleaned up his skibidi drama. This is at least the small amount of like effort to push forwards this like capital monopolism prevention program. This has to be a part of this because, like, again, rich people are so far disconnected from the poor people. It's insane. And poor people are mesmerized by these faces. Poor people are literally fucking brainwashed in order to worship the faces with their parasocial attachments, basically. Even attempts to cancel the face is only like 50% effective. It's not quite as good as it's supposed to be because not only we have to cancel a person, but we also have to promote someone else in their place. When Sniper Wolf was canceled, guess what happened in actuality? Literally, her biggest competitor and a person that always was promoted, but she never came back to YouTube, Azzyland, quit YouTube. So not only nobody fucking canceled Sniper Wolf, but Azzyland, the competitor, quit, so Sniper Wolf was stronger than ever before. Your cancel culture sucks, and it also picked very wrong targets, my friends. That's what I'm talking about. You have literally no tools of controlling the internet and making it more fair. It is as bad as it can possibly get right now. And it's like, even if it gets worse, it will not feel that much different anymore because it's so bad already as it is. It is so unfair, it's so disgusting, and it has to be cleaned up at some point, or YouTube will cease to be the leader of whatever this is. Whatever it's doing, it will just be outcompeted by something else that is in fact clean, that does put a fucking cap, you know, that is politically basically connected to the government to cap these motherfuckers out of the game. Because again, YouTube is becoming increasingly more political, and technically in that sense more dangerous and needs more regulations. It's just that simple. If these skibidi faces are going to start projecting politics, we're on a different scale of danger all of a sudden. If they motherfucker don't get regulated, then they will be able to spit whatever garbage they want to millions of people. And this brainwashing will turn into actual like armies of people doing stupid shit to each other. Basically, civil war happening just because YouTubers said words I'm not joking. It takes a big-ass transition to become political. But the moment there's like an army of haters to anyone who opposes a fucking Skibidi face, now we have actual dangers, basically, of even criticizing YouTubers. This sounds stupid, but it's going that direction right now. Was there Skibidi finale? There's no way, right? It wasn't. Skibidi drama was alongside with Hightail drama, I guess? Because it was last year. And Hightail actually concluded this year, but it's still a fucking cliffhanger. It's so funny to me. Yeah, here you go, the Hightail drama right there. Same year. So Hightail finale happened, and now Skibidi finale is happening. It's so beautiful. Everything is shifted where it's like most convenient for me to pick it up and just like conclude the drama. It's just super simple for me. Here's a dude who will say a little bit nicer things.
I just wanted to give a ton of credit to Moist Critical. If you don't know who this guy is,
I'm not gonna do that.
On Twitch and YouTube, plays video games,
I'll just take what I can get.
Does a bunch of different stuff online. But what he just recently did is remarkable. So about a week ago, he shut off his donation feature, meaning that viewers could no longer contribute. They could no longer donate money to him.
Wow.
And he did this because he said he's already made enough money. Like he showed the amount of money he's made since becoming a streamer. And just so you guys understand, it's somewhere around 40 million. Now the crazy thing is he probably spent the first 10 years streaming, didn't really make anything. He wasn't super popular. Most of his money has been made over the last 6 years. He showed the whole thing, right? And he just basically said, guys, I have enough money. He was like, I've made more than $40 million just on tips and donations and subs. And that's not counting the brand deals and the company, all the different stuff he has going on. So he was like, please stop giving me your money. And in doing so, he caught a ton of shit from a lot of other streamers online. A lot of other very big streamers. Because they feel that he's shaming them for not doing the same. But no, he's not shaming you guys. He's just better than you. Like big streamers like Valkyrie, Courage JD. I mean, fucking take your pick. They're all very, very rich. And look, and I'm not insulting them. They're quite rich because they're very entertaining, because they do a great job and they've taken a very long time to build a very big community. But make no mistake, they got a lot of fucking money. And like, if you watch any of these streams, you'll see on a minute by minute basis, they are getting hundreds, if not thousands of dollars donated to them by everyday working people. And I'm not blaming them. I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm not saying they're bad humans for doing that. These are people choosing to give them money. So again, no hate. But I love that Moist Critical was like, guys, I got 40, 50 million fucking dollars. Yeah, bro, I'm good. Keep your money. That's fucking awesome. I just wanted to give
This is a take that fucking sucks. It's a take from capitalist. Is a person who doesn't even believe in caps. Capitalism only works when you put a fucking cap on this infinite harvesting of power campaign. You still need to put a cap. You have to reach the cap and put a cap. You have to reach your limit. Otherwise, you just take an advantage of capitalism. That's what it is. You have to say enough is enough, and this person said enough is enough. The funny thing is, I didn't quite catch it, but the guy also was talking about, of like, there's a greater controversy of this guy being shamed, Penguin being shamed by other streamers, because, oh shit, the cat is out of the bag now. Now people are going to start expecting this sort of behavior, but it is what it is, right? Someone had to do it, and again, Skibidi drama is over for him, and that means it's generally over, because now we expect these rich people to slow down a little bit and for people to stop giving money just because. They don't need your money. That's the whole point. They don't actually need your money. It's not going to be better making their lives better. All right? They're not going to produce better content. They will produce worse content. They will make content worse. because they receive your money. At some point, that's also a factor that you should consider. These rich motherfuckers, they don't care anymore. At some point, they just like they want to know how much they can get away with, how much more money they can get, and at some point they will just be like, "Oh, I guess I retire now." They will never actually find their altitude, their way of like interacting with the fans, where it's like a seamless earning of money and also just staying online, just seeing for how long it actually would last, not just how much they can burn the audience until they stop receiving enough money, basically, and they have to pull the plug because, fuck it, I'm getting into controversies, I'm kind of ruining the internet, everyone's mad at me, I should just probably retire, you know? There's two different ways of doing it, and landing a plane is way more honorable way of doing it than just like fucking crashing and burning and just like, fuck it, you know? I destroyed my YouTube channel. I'll just do something else now. I have tons and tons of money. I'm set for the rest of my life. You know, that's their limits. They will reach limit in the most fucking destructive, degenerate ways. While this guy is at least trying to land a plane, and it's like the other streamers are looking at this like, what? That's an option? No fucking way that's an option. That's weird. Dude, shut up about it. What are you doing? Take all these donations, man. It is something different to take like AdSense money, technically, but donations is where you would draw the line because it just makes no sense. So again, the guy, I don't understand him very much because he's capitalistic. The older millennial is questionable. But again, that's why his take is so shallow. He's just like, well, thank you. Thank you. Other streamers don't do that. And I'm not going to condemn anyone. And it's like, I will condemn everyone. Everyone's at fault here. It's stupid to just give money to a person who doesn't need the money. It is actually stupid. Literally, money is given to you so you can like do something good in life. In real life. Not just throw money down the fucking toilet. Alright? In real life, you actually have to calculate what is valuable to you. What can you purchase that's actually gonna fucking return a little bit of value in some fashion. Like bring more value to your life. Giving money to just skibidi faces. In other words, being a fucking internet simp. You better not get caught by this because I'm not gonna respect that whatsoever. There's not going to be any respect for this shit. Simping the internet, bro. Holy crap. But most importantly, even like simping rich people, like if a rich person wants to buy my game and I can identify them as a rich person, I will be like, no, my game actually cost $2,000. I would say to a rich person. I would discriminate against rich people because they're rich. That's it. I don't like them. I don't think money gives morality to people. I don't think it's attached to money itself. Because money literally can enslave humans. That doesn't sound moral to me. Wait, nobody's talking about it? What the fuck is this? Pokemon fucked up?
One of my favorite property. I've watched it weekly.
I don't care, dude. You don't fucking understand that you're baiting people to watch your shitty videos. Penguin literally immediately right after just reminds me why I fucking hate him. Doesn't even explain what he's going to talk about until you click into the video, until you get dragged basically like a clown deeper into his videos. Don't worry, my friends. Penguin does not play fair. There is reason why you have to have a thumbnail and a title that actually corresponds to what the video is about. Otherwise, it's bait. Just removing donations is kind of meaningless when he's wasting so many people's time on just random. You have to decide whether to fucking be subscribed or not. And it's just like, I would never be subscribed to a person like this. Holy shit, man. Let's see what the internet has to say.
$41 million. Now, Ludwig, are you going to turn off your ability to donate? No. No, it's no. It's a no from me. Now, hold up. Let me make a couple of points, though. First off, all donations that I get go to my moderators. So the text-to-speech donations that I get, I do not take a pen to business that makes
Whatever, this guy just said a bunch of capitalism, alright? I use the money, so it's fine by me. Give me money. Anyone else has anything important to say? That's the most boring controversy of all time. Charlie's richer than me. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Standard term, yes. Yeah, that's what I did. Ended up being I'll show you one.
Sorry, I don't understand what language XQC talks, so I can't do that one. There's another aspect of like the Skibidi world in general of like being a YouTuber and earning money. I would still not earn enough money to even get a proper life. Because right now I realized very recently that I'm surrounded by idiots who are wasting my life. That poor people attack other poor people. They make other poor people life miserable. That they create the inequality themselves. If you haven't escaped into this moral heaven of being rich, then you're going to be stuck with people who are just disgusting onto each other. And it's just so insane to think about it. Of what capitalism turned into because people don't have limitations. They will take maximum amount of money that they can get away with. I can't do the same. Aww, that's so sad, Ludwig. Can I be your moderator? See, that's a funny thing. This would be the first person to do it because he doesn't actually hire anyone. He doesn't even hire himself, for fuck's sake. He doesn't even hire himself to put general amount of effort. To this day, no one confronted him and stopped him from doing this shit. Yeah, Skibidi drama was like rich people getting richer internet edition. You can see it in real time, and your soul gets extracted because there's nothing you can really do about it. If you complain, you just get fucking dislike bombed because of course this rich person deserves all of his money and all of his power. But for real, like the moment they can actually spend their money because they can't, that's the magical thing. You will understand what it's like to be under a YouTuber's control, basically. They ask you to do a specific thing and they will not pay you until you do a good job. You will understand the mistake that you have made, what you have generated onto this world when you want your money back and you have to work your ass for it, providing even more reputation and more power to the YouTuber. You know, they already have fame. What else would they need? They have the money too. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a crazy bonus to the fame that they already have. But this fame actually is very potent fame, where people are actually willing to defend these fucking Skibidi faces. They project so much more value onto them than, like, they're literally living like gods right now on this platform, just godlike creatures. It's all gonna be popped. This is a bubble, my friends. This is a bubble. But I'm not seeing the correct level of like domino effect that Penguin's supposed to have caused onto the platform. I thought this controversy was way bigger. But I can only like hope that people wake up and like they understand that rich people not only not want your money, but you have to actively run away from these fuckers, you know? Use indie developed products as often as you can possibly muster. Now you would ask me like why would you do that? First of all, it's a no-brainer. Indie products are cheaper, are higher quality. They're made by people who actually give a fuck about what they're doing. Penguinz0 doesn't give a fuck about anything. He just cares about some of his own unrelatable garbage and spreading opinions that basically going to be mainstream slop. Everyone will think the same way. It's not even going to be original anyways. Or it already was mainstream slop and he just regurgitated the common sense that everyone was already feeling. Yeah, one quality that disqualifies people from interacting with me in the same level, if you are rich, I don't like you already. I do not like you. I will work for you. Give me money. I do not like you. Because my job as an actually common sense person is to seek indie developers, seek people who are struggling, who are making something substantial but not getting the required amount of rewards that they should be getting as well. Crossing that line where you actually receive attention is very difficult. A guy who first was fighting polygons before anyone else was doing it, that guy got, roasted by the internet. Internet was not able to believe that this technology exists, and it still doesn't. The guy kind of just turned into holograms or whatever. Like, he doesn't care anymore. He potentially even took down his videos. Like, that's crazy. Because you can't see them anymore. You just see a re-upload. That is insane to me. The guy that inspired me to seek an alternative rendering mode is just not really willing to provide anything to the world. Like, he was not interested in that. But I understand why. Like, the world wasn't actually giving him the attention he deserved either. The rich getting richer, and you should not play into this meta. There's nothing to gain from it. Just more toiletries, more ways to waste your time. You should be actually curious instead of like what one person is able to do, what these indie developers have been able to achieve. That is way more interesting way to spend time, and it's not about waiting for the next installment of the one game that you're craving so much, the one game that feels mainstream. But in the end, you're just part of the fucking stream. You're just a loser. Most of the time, just waiting for the next game. I'm a loser. I'm a Skyrim loser, personally. And if you thought you were not a loser, maybe now you feel the same way as I do. I'm a Skyrim loser. I'm a sucker for this shit. I was a sucker for Hytale. These big corporations, big idiots on the internet, they are destroying society. They're not actually providing the value that you would expect to get. And when you actually go into the indie world, when you go into the wider world in general, when you're actually capable of raising expectations because you're dealing with many, many different people now. And I can't even understand the mainstream appeal to streamers. That is the dumbest thing ever. That's so dumb. Giving money is just the tip of the iceberg, bro. Even spending time watching streams is the dumbest thing. Sending comments, sending positive comments, even in the YouTube comment section, sending positive comments that nobody will ever fucking read, but you're pretending to give feedback to a YouTuber who doesn't need your feedback either, right? But no one is admitting any of this stuff. You don't understand how crazy it is. Everything is being used as like, oh, it boosts my channel. Why should I complain about a good thing? No one should be complaining about a good thing that they receive from other people. No one should be capping themselves. Everything is engagement, give me more engagement. I don't actually care about your comments, but give me engagement, absolutely. I'm telling you, this is the tip of the iceberg. The fucking iceberg is so large that it needs to be described in like 15 episodes like these. Of all the things that people give to these big-ass YouTubers just to be ripped off, just to get nothing in return, just to pretend that like they already received something through the videos when there's like higher quality stuff running around waiting to be adopted. None of this is good, my friends. That's why it's the tip of the iceberg. Everything is shit, but people pretend that it's actually cutting edge. It's like, what? You guys living in the upside down. But that's the point. The more effort you put in, the more you see that the world has a lot more to offer than just like popular kids, rich getting richer. You stop chasing the rich people. You stop basically kissing ass to Mr. Beast, and you just like say no. You just say no. I guess I'm not kissing your ass. If Mr. Beast comes up to you and gives you a challenge for $10,000, you might take it, but if you knew what the challenge is, now you start calculating if it's worth kissing someone's ass for a certain amount of money. But when you put effort, you gain multitude of more opportunities presented to you. You get multitude of Mr. Beasts trying to compete for your attention. That's what makes the difference. If people just chillax a little bit too much, they end up being funneled into this garbage creator who is now, again, waking you up of like, okay, I guess I can retire, guys. I guess I can retire. And it's like, wait, someone is retiring already? Why is that clown dragging me into this? You know, it's like, but there's no other way. This is the tip of the iceberg. You can retire even higher, even harder, and again, impact basically the whole creator economy even more. And who's next? That is my question. Who is next? I can't wait for the next guy to refuse to take something more from people, basically. Because again, a person who's not putting thumbnails, who's not hiring anyone, who's laid back, like, of course he's going to feel guilty for taking a lot of money. In the end, he's going to be the first one who has common sense. Those are the attributes required for this to happen naturally. He's not even doing it actually. It just naturally happens. I would give him 0 credit because I already did this. You know, I already predicted that he's a loser. And he should apologize for something in some kind of fashion. And now I'm just like, yeah, I'll take that as an apology. Thank you very much. You could still do better, but whatever. Whatever, my guy. Actually, I've seen people in the comments of like, oh, you need money or something. Like, I was still learning about Penguin and his, like, generosity. Go to his stream and ask for money. This is some weird shit. This is some weird level, okay? I'm still yet to be recognized by, like, a big YouTuber that I exist. Because I don't really know what my power level actually is, what my level of influence is, how much I can shake the YouTube. I can potentially be on the very, very, very tippy top. I can kick Mr. Beast in the balls, potentially. I'm very confident in doing so. What was the... let's look at the Skibidi drama, actually. What was other stuff that I was doing? Yep, MatPat got Skibidi treatment. Where's your apology, MatPat? What are you gonna do, MatPat? You better do something. That would be nice. Shoe on Head got Skibidi treatment. PewDiePie got Skibidi treatment, by the way. By the way, guys. He wasn't far off, apparently. The reason why he got Skibidi treatment because he uploaded like the worst reaction video of all time. Everyone was fucking bitching about Sniper Wolf, and then PewDiePie shows up, barely reacting. But his reactions were even worse than Sniper Wolf. Skibidi drama wasn't even that fucking extensive. It wasn't even that crazy. What was this? No, it's probably like laid back, me reacting to the comment section stuff. Because you know this was a meltdown in the comment section. That's it. It's actually very shallow drama. I didn't catch that many idiots running around. But that's the funny thing. I put all eggs in one basket pretty much in that case. And it worked! It worked! We're millionaires now. We're officially crypto scammers. We got literally the guy that we wanted to get. Alright? We put 10 eggs in one basket and it's like, oh shit! This basket is now 10,000 eggs. What happened? I waited patiently and the penguin laid eggs for me. Let's fucking go! And I still hate him just as much. I'm just like, I appreciate. Absolutely, I appreciate. And I really hope that this is domino effect that will really make a lot of people uncomfortable. A lot of rich people be like, oh shit, is it feeding time? The other, a little bit related topic is Miss Invader V. And the funny thing is, I consider her indie. I consider her not as dangerous as Penguinz0. I think she's fucking cool. And potentially even watchable. Like, I would actually watch her stream. Maybe sometimes. She fucking baited me, but dressing all black is like, come on, man. That's not the aesthetic for me, unfortunately, okay? It's cool. E-girls are cool. E-girls are actually like next level in style from what we used to get. Like even like back in the day, like we only get like magazines or something. I didn't get to live back in the day, thank God for that. We get something that we can relate to. And yes, there are simps, and there should be less simps. But I think she actually deserved every single penny of it, and made some pretty interesting controversy, I would say. Before Penguin did it, you know, before it was cool. But at this point, I'm still not gonna defend her because she dresses as just black, and I don't like it. That's the factor whether I would defend her or not. She's not attractive enough. What other female quality is there anyways, right? Wait. Sims can beg and wish, but they'll never get it. Ha 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 ha. Remember your servitude, Sims. This is what you get for giving her money. Now you know. She's playing this dominatrix thing, and it's like, of course she went into this controversy. It's her thing. It's literally her thing. She couldn't help herself but like feel powerful of like, wow, people are give me more money. Let's see how you do it. Like, give me more money. Oh, I guess I hit the limit, didn't I? I hit your buttons. You're not giving me more money. Now you're gonna lecture me of like where the money comes from. Oh, this was interesting to me. This was as interesting as this Penguinz0 thing, maybe even more. Because it was a little bit more twisted. It was less straightforward. And it wouldn't inherently make me hate rich people. But women don't hide things. They show all the colors, it seems. Especially if they're virtuous women, then they will actually show you the reality of the situation. It's just people gonna get mad again, and people gonna make irrational drama out of it. But even after the drama, people still don't know what to do about it. I'm trying to actually solve the internet. This is why I'm fucking covering shit like this in the first place. I want to solve the internet. I don't want to be a slave to rich people by any means. I don't want to respect them just because that's the face that I've seen. You know, that's the face that I recognize. I don't want to be a shallow person. It actually takes a lot of work to resist these like mind control tactics. Internet is a new thing. No adult is gonna basically defend you and explain how bad it actually is. So I have to like be the adult in the room and learn what are the downfalls of using the internet. All I'm saying is subscribe, and here's 7 minutes to spare. I don't think there's anything else to discuss. And please help out creators like these who actually dive into the comment section and find themselves in a struggle, basically. Even though they retain common sense, now they're struggling, they're losing subscribers, right? Like, these people have to be they're the humble ones, the ones that are losing subscribers for using common sense just because of political disagreements. It's crazy. It's crazy how bitter people can get. And I've lost plenty of subscribers too. Don't you worry about me. I've banned a lot more people than I've gained in subscribers. This sort of stuff makes no sense to me. We are actually in a mortal struggle while these rich people have just decided to be a little bit kinder today and to like stop one of the funnels of money making. Anyway, stay safe out there because internet does not fuck around. It will destroy your brain if you allow mainstream to enter your brain. The mainstream is shit. It's full of deceptions. It's full of just unhinged people who had power in their hands for way too long and never ever got challenged for that power. Again, cancel culture never existed. This guy getting canceled? Okay, guys. Okay, you literally, there's no cancel culture. It's just a weapon to silence victims at this point, just like capitalism always was. Let's silence this victim because he knows too much and there's not enough smart people to crack the code, basically, of what's going on. If we just silence all the smart people, you know, that's the fucking cult right now. Internet is a cult of bitter people who just gonna fucking attack you in hopes that you will actually crack. Because they know that you care, that the comments that you receive, you will read them, and it's like it makes you weak. if you actually care about other human beings existing. Wow, I'm so weak right now. I feel so weak. That's crazy. It's obviously the most deranged tactic of all time, but that's what people do in order to gaslight and damage your reputation. They actually waste themselves on top of you and hope that they will steal your attention, that they will waste your time, that they will make you feel bad and horrible for doing good things, which is the most immoral thing you can possibly do. Just like you trying to help an old woman, you give her $10, and some fucking dude is like, "Don't give her $10. Don't give her $10." No. Some guy just is there to block you and even shame you of like, "Wow, you're really trying to help this woman. You think she needs help? That's crazy, dude. Your $10 means nothing. It does nothing, bro. You're giving her nothing." Just basically, the internet is full of this shit right now. Everything is upside down. Everything is disgusting. And it's the tip of the iceberg of what you could be aware of. What's actually going on. How bad things really are. Of not just like rich people have no limits and will just gobble up as much money as you give to them and will ask for more. It's so much worse. Almost every big entity right now, especially Microsoft, like, these entities have been in power for so long, they become the fucking next level of Hitler, basically. Destroying everything they have created, undoing all the good things they have done. It's crazy. I will have to now think in the end of the year, like, how do I switch from Windows to something else? Rich people just, they give you something and they take it away from you. They give you something and then they enslave you with the money that you paid them with. It's insane, dude. See you guys next time.